Now, you guys know that HBO is looking at doing a brand new, I guess the best way you could call it is a reboot of Harry Potter, but they're going to be doing it as a series, starting right from book one, going all the way through, what were there, 7 books?
7, yes. Yeah.
8 movies, 7 books, right? And the last book was chopped into 2.
Yeah.
So they're going to be doing that with each book being a complete season. Now, they have brought in major heavyweight talent running this thing. I think you have like the Succession showrunners running it. You got like so one of the executive producers from Last of Us is going to be one of the main forces behind it. Like they're major heavyweights are going to be behind this show. And now the original director of the first Harry Potter movies come out and said, this is actually a spectacular idea. The folks over at Variety writes in this. They said the following. They said originally Harry Potter director Chris Columbus said in an interview with People magazine that remaking J.K. Rowling's iconic book series is as a television series for HBO is a, quote, spectacular idea because there is a certain restriction when you're making a film. Columbus directed 2000's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone and 2002's Chamber of Secrets. Many fans have questioned the purpose of a TV reboot, given the film franchise is pretty much perfect as it is, but Columbus sees its worth. Our film was 2 hours and 40 minutes, and the second one was almost as long, Columbus said. The fact that they have the leisure of multiple episodes for each book, I think is fantastic. You can get all the stuff in the series that we didn't have the opportunity to do. All these great scenes that we just couldn't put in the films. I look forward to seeing what they're trying to do with it. I think it's great. All right. So it's kind of interesting that this comes out as a lot of people are questioning whether or not they should even be doing this Harry Potter thing. It's like, oh, this isn't really going to be Harry Potter, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. You know, look, you guys who have watched my show for any period of time know my basic feeling on remakes. Remake everything. Remake anything. Remake Star Wars. I don't care. The basic thing is if the movie ends up being good, then great. We've got a new good movie to enjoy and celebrate. And if the new reboot, whether it's a movie or a TV show, is bad, oh well, it's like any other bad TV show or movie. We brush it away and we're still left with the original. So I think this is a great idea, and especially with this whole notion that they're going to be able to delve far deeper into the books. Now, listen, I've never read the books, Chris. I have never picked up a Harry Potter book, so I don't know what's missing. I just know that my wife, who is a Potterhead, has often told me, oh, yeah, there's a lot missing in there.
There's so much more.
Yeah, so I think, and the fact that the original director is now on board with it, I don't know. I still think this is a great idea for them. What do you think of his comments, and how are you feeling right now about, you know, the whole idea about going back to Harry Potter and redoing them now as a reboot sort of thing?
Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, PrizePicks. Are you guys like me, both a movie and a sports fan? Well, if so, then you know that the playoffs are here and it's now or never. If you love football and want to add some real excitement to the games, let me tell you about PrizePicks, the best place for your daily fantasy sports. So here's how it works. It's super simple. You just pick more or less on player projections. Think Patrick Mahomes will throw more than 1.5 touchdowns this week, or maybe Lamar Jackson will get over 250 passing yards. Make your picks in less than a minute and take your shot at winning up to 1,000 times your cash. Ann and I have been having a blast using PrizePicks every weekend. It's simple, it's fun, and it just makes watching the games that much more exciting. Plus, PrizePicks puts you first. With easy, fast, secure withdrawals, you can get your winnings in as little as 15 minutes, and they make deposits even easier. And right now, if you sign up today, you get $50 instantly when you play just $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. So don't wait. Download the app today and use the code Campea to get $50 instantly after playing your first $5 lineup. That's right, play for just $5 and you get a $50 bonus instantly. PrizePicks, run your game.
Sure. I mean, I'm totally on board with Chris Columbus here. These are truly magical books, excuse the pun. And, you know, no matter how you feel about any of the drama surrounding these books, they're wildly popular and they're fun and they're great worlds and they're great stories that have really resonated with millions of people. I remember when I was a kid, shockingly in Texas, my English teacher had this be our required reading when this book came out.
How funny.
Really?
So, yeah, which was amazing and kind of unheard of for right now.
Yeah.
But we got to read these incredible books in like 5th or 6th grade, something like that. I was probably like 10. And it was such a cool experience. And there's so much more in the books. There's this whole plot later on with the house elves and Hermione trying to help them organize, with Spew, her organization, trying to empower them. There's just a lot more in there.
Yeah, I've never heard of any of this.
Yeah, there's tons of stuff in there that works for really great B story plots or C story plots in a television show. They're just things that you have to trim the fat out of for a movie because you have so much to get through in a 2-hour span. I mean, that last book ended up being 2 films because it was so dense and there was so much material to cover. So I think this is something that you can only really have a fun time with, of really exploring and delving into. And to your point too, if you don't like this remake, if this reboot isn't for you, go rewatch the movies.
Yeah.
Go read the books. You know, we've talked about this before of Ryan Reynolds wants to maybe do a Clue remake. I don't love that because Clue is one of my favorite movies, but it's not like the Tim Curry version's not going to exist anymore
Right.
because of them doing this. It can only be now I have 2 great movies to see, or, there's only one that I watch. Same thing with this. I can either go back to those movies or I can enjoy a great new show with some great new interpretations. And since it's HBO, I'm really thinking that's the way it's going to go.
Yeah, I'm struggling to remember the last HBO show that I straight up didn't like. Wait, was that
The Idol.
The Idol? That was HBO, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that
the
wasn't
first
great.
HBO show in ages I can remember being a stinker.
No, and it's a shame because Lily Rose is such a great actress and she has great moments in that show, but woof.
It actually established like this narrative that she's not,
Yeah,
and that's kind of sad.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, Nosferatu
No,
established the
but that's
area that
miscasting. That's
But yeah, that was a miss. You see, I think Lily Rose is better than what we got in Nosferatu, just because I don't think that was a good fit. That's all. I think she's actually. I even thought her performance in what was it called again?
Idol.
Icon?
Yeah, I know.
Idol.
Really
I
memorable.
thought her
Remember it.
performance in Idol was. I thought her performance was good. I
Uh-huh.
thought she was good in it. It's just that the source material was terrible.
She did
Anyway,
what she was
guys,
directed to.
question is for you. What do you think about this? The director of the first couple of Harry Potter movies is saying this HBO doing a series out of this is a spectacular idea. The whole idea they can explore more lore. Now, they still got to pull it off and make it good, but I think this is a good thing. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.